Hello everyone, welcome to the brand new patch of Diode Arena. Today we're going to talk about what the new patch brings us today. You have some sneak peeks right to the back side of the screen right now. And for the new people in here, how you can become a playtester or wishlisted on Steam. So let's start by telling what is Diode Arena. Diode Arena is a vehicle-based building game where you build your vehicle and battle with your friends, in a nutshell. Ain't that right, Ward?
Yes, that's just about correct.
Should we start with the amazing patch notes?
Well, let me just go over like the biggest changes, I guess. The biggest change is just the progression in general, because before the updates you could build a bot and you could go online, but there was no money, there was no unlocks, there was no nothing. And we've added all of that in one big leap, so now you have money. Every part costs money. When you play online you earn money, and it's all displayed and is all kept track of. As well as money, you also have the vouchers, which are used to unlock new tech and customizables and other things. And just the same as the money, you earn vouchers by playing online. And of course there's a tech tree so that you can over time unlock new parts and make progress in the game as you play. So to go along with that, of course, is all of the new systems and the new user interface for the part shop. So to buy parts and skins, for the module system, which is one of the big ways that we try to distinguish the game from Robocraft, by having the setup with modules that you need to balance and choose between. And yes, that's the big chunk. So apart from that, we had the rocket launchers.
Some balance changes which we did since the last hot patch patch. The tier 1 lasers have been decreased in damage from 10 damage at the start to now currently 4. All rockets have a 30% more AoE damage, so basically if you hit floor, it was basically no chance of destroying or damaging attack. Now it's a bit higher chance of doing some damage. Of course you have to be semi-accurate with it. Also the rockets have increased to with power consumption, and for the sake of ease I wrote 50%, since all the rockets have a 50% increase. The more detailed one will be out after the stream, with the current in-game stats, of course, will be found in the drive link, which is in the Discord server if you haven't seen it, for the people that are interested. Some bug fixes.
So the first one was that the resolution was sometimes going to 0:0 when there was some trouble with your save files, so I added a few fail safes to prevent that from happening, because it's extremely annoying. There was a bug where the wheels would spin too fast if you weren't hosting the game, if you were one of the client connections, so I've come up with a workaround for that one. It was a bug that's caused by the plugins that we're using and not by us, so yeah, it's always extra nice when that happens. There was a bug where hitboxes wouldn't always shrink away when your parts got shot off. So it could happen that you would have like a tiny hitbox a kilometer away from your main bot when all of that had been shot off, and you would get stuck randomly. So yeah, that was also a bug. The wheels spawning at 0, it's just a little detail. Oh yeah, the explosions were not always lining up correctly with where you're actually shooting at, so that has always also been corrected. And the last point was that in the algorithm for merging hitboxes, so yeah, there's an algorithm for that, because having 1000 hitboxes is not really feasible. There was a bit of a mistake in it, which tended to bias the wrong way, and yeah, that's also been fixed, so the hitboxes should be a little bit more optimized now.
Yeah, and some CPU based problems have also been fixed regarding hitboxes colliding with each other. You can see the tiers on the bottom, which the tiers of your tech. By the giant number, it's barely not noticeable or missable. You can rename, of course, which is always nice. The total price of your bot, CC count, the parts you have, total health, mass, and of course, some little tools to move them around for organizing purposes. The module system has been tweaked a bit. You can, with the module system, okay, I'll just demonstrate it for everybody. We're going to the garage, we get a new thing. I'll just quickly build something. A very nice interface. You can all check this out at your own pace. I'm just quickly going over it to show the basics. Okay, so, bam. That's rockets. I need movement parts. Okay, I'm just going to use hovers this time. So we have 3 hovers. We need, of course, we need some weapons. We just add some small rockets to the mix. Yes. Okay. So if we go to an offline practice, it will give you an error message. Don't be scared. It's not the game being broken. You need to add them to your list. Like rockets, hover blades. Oh, and this little tab right here is for the efficiency, power, and alpha thingy. So I want my rockets to do a bit more power, so drain more energy. Hovers, I want to be more efficient than power. And now I can go in an offline world, which we... Ow, that hurts my ears. Okay, so that's a basic principle of module system. You need to equip all the things you want. You could have 5 weapons if you wanted to, but then you can't move.
You wouldn't be able to move.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to move. So it's up to you to decide what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. You have to think of the decisions you make. You want more weapons? That's good. But that means you might have one module less. Like a gyro is classified as module, which you can buy in the utility shop right here. We'll come back to that in a second. Of course, with the specializations. But right now, I have 3 of the 5 slots. I have 1 weapon, 1 movement, and 1 module. I have 2 slots left. I can get a laser, or I can add wheels, but that leaves 1 slot over. So you have to think of what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. Be strategic. With build mode, of course, you can just look around, click anywhere to start the build mode, or the shortcuts, which will be found in the brackets above. You can clear disconnected. Nice. Clear all the disconnected parts. You can add some skins, which we have, which I can show you because I love this skin. And some people don't love it, but I love it. So these are the default ones. Replace with skin. Voila, look at this beauty. This is my favorite skin ever. But of course, if we're now going to practice, we don't have wheels. So let's just equip my wheels, efficiency. Well, since we're using wheels, it might be good to add a gyro to the back. I'll come back to that, why it's important. Tech tree also pretty organized-ish. Showing the wheels to unlock, the tiers to unlock. The A stands for the alpha tier, or tier 6. Which is something... Yes, go ahead, Ward.
Of course, what you're seeing is a testing version where everything is unlocked already, which
yeah,
is not what you'll see when you first start the game, of course.
Yeah, all these check marks are basically what we have. Since we're the devs, which makes sense, we have everything unlocked to test everything out. If for some reason I'll remove the save file, I'll literally start over and don't have everything unlocked, which you need vouchers for to unlock. Well, everything speaks for itself. Movement parts you can find in the movement tab, weapons find in the weapons structural, find in the structural tab, utility in the utility tab. Well, basically this is the shop. Let's start off with that. The shop is the place to go for parts and skins, where you can buy skins for example, movement part, weapon, structural, and utility things, which we only have 1 skin right now for the wheels to show that it works. movement parts.
Proof of concept, exactly.
Yeah, proof of concept, and these skins are here to stay. So here you have the movement part. So the hovers are here. The wheels, small boosters organized in line. Same with the weapons, rockets, lasers from tier 1 to the last tier, structural. Also, you start with the basic, then large, then giant. Utility, you get the core system, which these are a bit oversized. There was a problem. They need to be half the size. Keep that in mind when testing. And you have the gyro, of course. You show some buying systems. You can press shift, which you see right here. If you press it, you can see that it is highlighted. You can buy or sell 5. Of course, if you buy 5 and you want to sell 5, you lose money. Control, you buy 20. So for bulk buying, it is amazing. Deploy or AKP is for the practice area and the free play area, and of course the matches, which we'll come back to since Ward is vibing in that while I do the explanations. Of course, practice area is where you can test out your bot, see if it functions correctly, see if the alignment is good, test your weapon placement, and all that kind of stuff. And this is why we need a gyro. And I forgot the hotkey for gyro. What is the hotkey?
It's a G for gyro. It should be, at least. You do need a burst module for that to work, so I think you forgot about that one.
You need a what module?
Of course, you can go back to the the menu, into modules. There's a bit of delay, so I'm saying this very late.
Yeah, I got it.
Burst.
I got it.
There we go.
Okay, a little hiccup by me, forgetting how things work in the game. No real problem. This is kind of why the energy is a bit high. These things are pretty strong, especially when you hit with them. But the thing is, hitting with them. This is what the gyro does. It drains all your energy, but gives you a slight penalty. Removes all your energy, but it rightens you. We'll have some plans for some basic things later down the line, but for now, this is the only way to stabilize hovers or righten yourself. So going back to what this area is all about, it's about testing your movement, your energy usage. Ow. Those things hurt. Don't ride into them. Not used to that. Those things.
Also to test what happens as your bot takes damage, so you can see if your redundancy is working correctly, that sort of thing.
And of course, my favorite thing in the game, the movable objects are still here and they're here to stay. And they do a lot. They take a lot of damage, but a big explosion.